Alright guys, welcome back to another video. This is the review of the Incott G Hero. It was sent out to me by MetKeys, but that won't change my opinion on this mouse. I will try to be as unbiased as possible. So in the box you get a 1K receiver, a cable, and I'm not sure if they do give these to everyone, but there are some grips. And you could purchase a 8K dongle separately if you want. So the thing with this mouse is it has a lot of issues, but it has a lot of good things going for it too. So we'll see if you guys think the negatives outweigh the positives or the positives outweigh the negatives. But if you enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe and let's get into it. So the first negative is that there is some side flex right here. I'll try to see if I can have you hear it. I'm not sure if you were able to hear it. It wasn't that bad. It is on the side of the mouse, so you're not really touching while gaming. So this thing isn't a big deal. I think the problem is that if there's side flex here, you can get a unit where it's maybe in a worse spot. So it's really up to you to decide that's a problem. So the next issue is that the 8K dongle is really hard to connect. You have to download an 8K driver and the software. You have to make it update it to connect properly. Then you have to do like two separate things on the mouse. You only have to do it once, but it is pretty difficult. But you could also always just get the 1K version, so also that issue won't affect some other people. So then another issue I had, which is really the last issue, is that I'm testing multiple mice at once, so I disconnected another mouse last night, then connected this one, and this mouse wouldn't really work unless I restarted my PC. So again, most people won't have this issue if they only use this mouse, if it's going to be their main. So again, not an issue that will affect most people, but overall those are really the only issues. In terms of positives, this coating is one of the best coatings ever. It's such a good coating. As someone who sweats a little bit, this doesn't affect me at all. The clicks are blue shell pink dots, transparent ones. Some of the best clicks I've ever heard from this one. I'll put it by the mic. And then the side buttons are also pretty solid. Then we have the shape. So this shape is kind of an ergo, tall back hump. The front doesn't really go down much, and then it's like kind of wide. It's not as much of an ergo as something like the Model D2 Pro, right? Or it's a more subtle ergo, like the Zeopin Z2 is also a more subtle ergo that just goes down on the side. So this, for if you're looking for like an actual ergo, this shape might not be for you, but this is a really good claw shape for like a crazy claw grip. And it's okay for a relaxed claw grip. It just depends if this will be comfortable for you. In terms of the weight, so stock it's 63 grams plus 3 grams, meaning it's going to vary a little bit. But with my skates right now, which are smaller skates, it's 60, so it probably was like 62 when I got it. Just want to keep that in mind, but there's nothing wrong with 62 grams. In terms of the actual skates, so they're really fine. I personally hated them just because they were like very hard and they just felt weird, but I think they're still better than a lot of other mice, and they're probably going to be fine. So that's really up to you. In terms of the sensor, it's a 3395, which is starting to get outdated, but it's really fine. It's a good sensor. It supports up to 8K polling. As I said, you can get 8K polling rate, 2600 DPI, transparent blue shell pink dot switches. So the price as I'm filming this is $50. You can use my code SPEC5 and you'll get $5 off. Sometimes there are some sales. It was like $42 a few days ago, and then you can use the $5 off code. This is at MetKeys. So I think $50 is a solid price. Overall, if the negatives I did mention don't really affect you, this is a great mouse. It's a solid mouse. If they do affect you, I think there are better options. Zeopin Z2 is much better QC, and there are tons of other options on the market, but if you do like this mouse, I do think it's fine. The issues are not a big deal. The 8K issue, you're only going to have once. If you're only using this mouse, you're not going to have the mouse not really working properly issue. So the only issue you really might run into is the side flex, which might not even be a big deal anyway. So if you don't mind these issues, I can recommend it, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.